Well, finally, here in West Virginia, we have got a window to make some hay. I know I posted that video back in March or April. Me and my son were out spreading manure, and it has rained and rained and rained. It's July 21st. I can't believe it. We finally got a 4-day window to make some hay. That's why everything looks so brown and dead. This hay should have been made about a month and a half ago. But we're finally at it, and can't complain too much. Didn't do a lot of talking in the last video. I have my 3-year-old son in the tractor with me. He absolutely loves being out here on the farm, but yeah, just to let you guys know a little bit about me. I'm just a small part-time farmer. My wife and I have just a few cows. We started a couple years ago. The land that we're working right now is all lease land. We don't own our own farm yet. We're working towards that. Nice to have all of our cattle on our own property. It'd just be nice to have a place to call your own, but for right now we're making a little bit of money. Well, I shouldn't say making money, we're barely surviving with the cattle we have. As far as equipment payments and stuff, we're actually in the hole. Thank God I have a good job, and so does she. Worked 10 hours this morning, and now here I am working another probably 5 or 6 out here mowing hay this afternoon. But I love it. This is what I want to do. Always wanted to farm, and now I'm getting to live my dream somewhat. If I could just get it to where I don't have to have this 40-hour-a-week job, that would be awesome. Don't know if that's going to happen. Price of cattle right now is sky high, which is good when you're selling them, but when you're trying to build a herd and buy replacement heifers, just buy heifers period, just so you've got some young cows to put calves on the ground, it's kind of hard. We're working at it though. This tractor we were able to purchase brand new. 2 years ago. It's a John Deere 5083E. This mower that I'm using is a Vermeer 5030 Gator. This mower's 7 years old now, I think. We purchased it brand new, along with a Vermeer Rebel 5410 baler. I don't know if you can see it very well over there or not, but a rake is sitting over there at the edge of the woods. We purchased it with this tractor. It's a Frontier WR1008. It's a wheel rake. It does a really good job. Quite impressed with it actually. It's just a simple rake. Works very easy. And yeah. We've got some good equipment. We've got 12 brood cows right now, and I've got 3 replacement heifers that I'm keeping in the barn. That they're just yearlings, and next year they'll be out to get bred. We're getting rid of our bull this year. This makes his 3rd breeding season on the farm. Make room for a new one, and next year we'll probably keep a couple more heifers. I think we're going to buy a couple cows here this fall. Shouldn't call them cows, they're going to be heifers. They'll be ready to breed next spring. A buddy of mine has a couple. We're probably just going to buy some off of him locally. Try to get our numbers up where the cows are not only paying for our fertilizer and fuel, but maybe making some equipment payments too. That would be nice. But that's just a quick snapshot into our lives. I'll probably talk a little more in the future as start posting some more videos, and just kind of for the people that want to farm but can't, give you some ideas how I got started. And, I had a very good teacher when I was a teenager, a guy that lives down in Middletown, Maryland. At the time it was an average sized dairy farm, but now I think he owns 3 different farms, and he's just got cows galore, chickens, and they're doing all kinds of stuff down there. And, you know, he kind of taught me the ropes with the equipment, and I got to learn a good bit from him. I didn't really grow up on a farm, but I've always worked on farms. It's what I've always loved to do. You get closer here, you can see our cows, some of their calves. There's a couple of horses there in the field that we do not own. Those are the landowner's horses. We take care of them for them. It's part of the lease payment on the farm. Works out pretty good. Leasing is not a bad option to get you started. It gives you a lot of different opportunities. You know, you don't have to have a lot of money up front, other than equipment costs. If you're going to raise cattle, you know, that's going to be your most expensive thing. But those people that watch these videos that want to farm, all I can tell you is it's very expensive to get started. There goes a fawn through the grass. I don't know if you can see he's way out there now. He just jumped up and took off. See, you get to see things, do things that most people don't. You got to be a jack of all trades and a master of none. But back to what I was originally saying, you know, leasing land is a great way to get started. Gives you an opportunity to build your operation and get some capital behind you, so that when you are able to go out and purchase your own farm, you've already got a head start. You know, you've already got your animals, you've got some of your equipment, if not most of it, all of it, maybe even, depending on how long it takes you to get to the point to purchase ground. But it's been a good option for us. As long as you can have a good relationship with the landowner, and you know, instead of cash payments, sometimes you know they'll work things out where maybe they get a butcher steer every other year, or just there's all kinds of different options out there. It just depends on the person that owns the land and what they're looking for. And you know, we are very blessed to have this piece of property, to be able to work it. It's given us a great opportunity to get started. You know, we came from nothing. We had no cattle, we had no equipment, and we went in debt, just started buying stuff and leasing ground here and there, and we got onto this farm, and it's been a blessing ever since. You know, we've greatly expanded our herd. We started out with 2 little weanling heifers, and now we have 12 brood cows. We had more than that at one time, but a lot of the cows that we bought in the beginning were getting kind of old. Got a couple calves out of them, and we've got 2 this year that they're going to go to the sale barn here in a couple of weeks. They're old cows, and there's a groundhog old. Gotta love those, but they're old, and they didn't have calves this year, so it's time to move them down the road. We'll take the money we get out of them, and we'll replace them with hopefully 2 young cows. I don't know the price of cattle. You sell an old cow and 2 old cows, and you get just enough to buy 1 good young cow. So, but hopefully it, you know, again, it's bittersweet. Hopefully it stays this way, because if it stays this way in a few years, we will not only be making equipment payments and the farm paying for all of its expense, but might even be a little bit of profit in it. Hopefully. Good Lord willing, that'll happen. But it's coming along. And like I said, I don't want to bore anybody too much, but it's a good life, you know. I'm out here working hard and I'm tired, and you know, got a 2-month-old baby at home and a 3-year-old son, and they require a lot of attention. I got to work a 40-hour job and come out here and do this, and a lot of times the family's with me, sometimes they're not. But in the end, it's rewarding for all of us, because as the kids grow up, they'll get to be out here with Dad, learning responsibility and learning how to work, getting a good work ethic, things that'll help you later on in life. If they never want to see a farm again, I hope that's not the case, but if they don't, at least they'll learn some life lessons that help them out later on in life. You know, they'll know how to pay bills and handle money, and I mean, you gotta, when you're doing this, you got to really pay attention to everything. You're watching every dollar and counting every penny, and you know, you can't just a lot of times go out and buy new stuff to fix your equipment. You got to come up with fixes on your own, and because you just don't have the money, or you know, maybe you do have a little bit of money, but you need it for something else at the time other than fixing your equipment, so you find a way to do it without paying a bunch of money, and you fix it yourself, you know. A lot of people nowadays, something happens to their vehicle, and the first thing they do is they call up the garage. Gee whiz, that's $70 an hour now to take a vehicle to a garage. Let a farmer's car break down, and he'll pull it into the farm and fix it himself. If you don't know how, you tinker around with it until you figure it out. That's just so much to be learned by it. Anybody that's interested in it, I would greatly encourage you to pursue it, because it's rewarding and very educational through a multitude of things. You know, when you're running a business, you're out here. For me, I'm playing right now. This is what I love to do. This tractor probably been one of the better investments we ever made. This thing, and you know, air conditioning and heat. Other tractors we've had before have been sitting out in the sun, roasting and freezing to death in the wintertime. Just, I love it. What else can I say? I'm a very blessed man to be able to be out here and do this stuff. But anyway, I'm going to cut this off and get back to really paying attention to what I'm doing here, instead of talking everybody's ear off. It probably doesn't want to hear me anyway, so stay tuned. I'll be putting up some more videos of us making hay here over the next couple of days, as I run through as many fields as I can here before the rain hits again Sundays. That's it for now. If you like these videos, please let me know. Otherwise, I might just stop doing them. I don't know. Don't know if it's worth my time or not, but please like, rate, and subscribe.